right. So hello, Brain to Belly family. So today I am welcoming a close friend, a fellow neuroencoder, and um, a hypnotherapist. Her name is Ali Gattenby of Desire for Change. And she is an amazing woman. And it was just by coincidence that I got to know her as a neuroencoder because I was looking for clients to coach for my ICF accreditation. And she was kind enough to volunteer. And that's how I got to know her. And we built up a friendship with that. So please welcome Allie. And Allie, thank you for coming today.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me. I am honored to be on your amazing Brain to Belly. And I can't believe it's been quite a few years now that was y- just happened to come across your message, and we've got to know each other and met up in person because obviously I'm in the UK, you're in America, and yeah, it's been a bit of a journey. So thank you for inviting me.
Yes, thank you for being here today. So I had mentioned that Allie is a hypnotherapist. That's her main thing that she was doing. And then she became a neuroencoding
Mhm.
specialist. And so, Allie, can you tell us a little bit about your journey and then a little bit about your passion and your mission?
Yeah, of course. So I suppose in my 20s and 30s that I was the person that didn't have an awful lot of confidence. I always wanted to do something different, but I didn't know what it was. And I just didn't have that belief deep down. And then sadly, when I was 40, I lost my mum. And in that instant, I was just like, life's too short. I've got to follow my dreams. So I became a hypnotherapist. After that, I became a life coach. And I always felt that something was missing in my toolbox. Hypnotherapy is amazing, life coaching is amazing, but it was just sometimes I just couldn't quite get to helping like everyone. It was just, there was just 1%, 2% that was missing. And then found neuroencoding. And I suppose my main mission is just to help people really go from their pain and their their beliefs about themselves, because I believed that I wasn't a confident person, and most people that know me now would think, really? And I didn't know that I had it within me. So, and I think our past can very easily hold us back.
Yeah,
We believe that this the way we are. I'm a big person. It's the way I am. it's
yeah,
it's actually just the way you're thinking.
exactly.
And I think that's why I find hypnotherapy really powerful, because yes, we do most of the time know what's wrong,
Yes,
but our mind thinks in really strange ways. It,
yes,
it, it sees things in images, it sees
yes,
things in thoughts, it sees things in color.
yes,
It has sensations. How can you explain a sensation to get rid of something that your body's holding on to? Where hypnosis allows that connection, like you say, brain to belly,
yes,
of releasing something that then they can communicate properly, because
yes.
it is all about the communication.
Oh, yes, totally about communicating and just having this all aligned so
Mm,
that we can function fully. Yes.
yes. Yeah.
And I mean, I've had hypnotherapy myself in different things, and it was always something that I was always interested. I never went into studying it that much. I've always been the client, not the practitioner. Um, but I, but the thinking behind it, I totally believe in it. And I believe that we can hypnotize ourselves in some ways, like with neuroencoding.
Yes,
And
definitely.
you know, neuroencoding is partially, well, neuroencoding is basically different modalities in coaching, hypnotherapy, NLP, all combined to create neuroencoding, which is effective way of working with clients and getting results for clients. So I think everything kind of works together, and your hypnotherapy and neuroencoding kind of work together. Would that be a
Definitely.
correct?
Yeah, and I think so many people think that hypnosis is something really like out there,
Yeah.
but we go into hypnosis by ourselves all the time. You know,
Yes.
you do a long journey over and over again, and all of a sudden you think, "How am I here?" You've just driven in hypnosis because
Yes.
your critical mind is switched off because it's bored,
Yes.
and you're driving, you know, in hypnosis. It's just a pure state of focus,
Yes.
nothing more, nothing less. So, yes, when you're talking to a client using neuroencoding, the fact is you're helping them to focus on what they want. So
Yes.
that, in a way, is a type of hypnosis. Obviously, you
Exactly.
go deeper with
Of
a
course.
hypnotherapist, but
Yes.
yeah, everything links. I mean, I use NLP within
Yes.
my hypnosis. I
Yes.
I use neuroencoding within it because
Yes.
it's just a little bit more powerful because your eyes are closed, you're focused on exactly what you want, or
Yes.
you're focused on getting rid of what
Rid
you
of what you
don't want,
don't
which I
want.
think is more important because, as you know, we all focus really on what we don't want. I
Yes.
don't want to be big. I don't want to be overweight. Actually, let's focus on I want to be healthy. I want to have a good relationship with
Yes.
food. You'll go to it. If you focus on
Yes.
what you don't want, you're going to go towards that.
Yes. And as our mentor always says, where focus goes, energy flows. So, you know,
Definitely.
and it's true. Like you said, if we focus on what we don't want, that's all that's going to happen. If you're
Mm,
going to say, I don't want to be overeating in my, from brain to belly, then
mm,
all I'm going to be focusing on is not overeating, not on I want to eat healthy. If I focused on I want to eat healthy, I want to eat so that I can have a healthy body.
mm,
Those things, when I say things like that and focus on that, it's a different energy as well.
mm,
Just by saying those words, I could feel the energy inside of me changing as well. So I'm sure, in hypnotherapy, as well as, in neuroencoding,
mm.
energy changes in the body, and the words have energies that create different feelings as well.
Definitely. And I think there is one thing that a lot of people don't realize is when you use a negative like, I don't want to eat cake, your mind is not going to hear the don't. It's going to hear
Exactly.
eat cake. So you've got to be really careful. It doesn't hear that negative, it
Right.
hears the action words. So you've got to say, I want to eat healthy, not I don't want to eat cake. Because your brain's
Exactly.
going to go, it's like, don't think of a pink elephant. What are you going to
Yes.
think of?
Pink elephant.
Or a big piece of cake.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm,
And it's really true because and it's a simple thing, but our brains really can't tell truth or lie. It
mhm,
doesn't know the word not or no. So it's almost like a computer, I'd say. It's almost like a computer program, and you just have to program it correctly. And once it's programmed in the correct way, it'll function in the correct way as well. And I know it
mhm.
sounds simple. It sounds simple, but it's not simple to do. That I will say. And I'm sure,
But I think it is simple, but it's not easy.
yes, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. And when you said that about the computer, there is a saying, isn't there? Garbage in, garbage out.
Yes.
And our brains are the same. If you feed it with garbage, you're going to get garbage out. If you feed it with the good stuff, and I'm really into like affirmations and
Yes.
meditation, all those sort of things as well, because I think if we're telling ourselves that, I am healthy, I am fit, I love eating healthy foods,
Yes.
we say that. I mean, I am post-it note queen, and I've got them all over over the house. And
Me
it's
too.
just the fact, if you're seeing what you want and
Yeah.
you're saying what you want, you're going to get what you want.
Yes. It's so true. I know Ellie's post-it notes. Me too. I have post-it notes all over here. Plus, I do this all the time is that I post things on my way to the bathroom because, we're gonna go there, right? So I post well, because of all the water we drink too, but I post affirmations right by the door so that when I pass by it, I always look at it. When I pass back, I always look at it. And
Mm,
right now, currently, I'm focusing on my financial mindset or my thinking on finances and beliefs on finances.
Mhm.
And I've had this belief all my life, so it's going to take a little work to do it. But the I am statement in the finances, like, you know, I'm saying to myself, I'm going to give myself permission to go into a different tax bracket, and I
Mhm.
always specify not just different, but a higher, newer tax bracket and things
Mhm.
like that, because by being specific about it, your brain's going to say, oh, okay, that's what you want. So that's, where we have to go to help the
Yeah.
body do that, right? So
Yeah, because if you don't give it the right information, it's going to get confused. You have to
yeah,
have crystal clear ideas of
exactly.
exactly what you want, and then repeat it so many
Yes,
times. And then that part of your brain is going to be looking out for everything
that'll
that
help
is
you. Yeah.
within your path, the things that you
Yes.
want. And I love the word permission. I use that a lot in hypnosis. Give
Yeah.
yourself permission
Permission.
to let go of, or give yourself
Yes.
permission to go for,
For.
because if you don't give yourself permission, it's
Yeah.
not going to happen.
Yeah. And it's true. After I found that word permission, it's changed a lot of my thinking on finances.
Mm,
And even saying I give myself permission to earn more money.
mm,
Um, it's helped me to feel that it's okay. Like I don't feel the stress of money the way I used to.
mm,
And it's very strange how single words or beliefs can really change very quickly how you believe you are.
mm.
And it gives you, I'm going to say the word permission, but it really gives you permission to expand yourself
Yeah.
and to be more free in the way you think and the things you do. I'm sure
Mm,
you see that with your clients
yeah.
a
I mean,
lot.
I think one of the things is that when we, number one is the fact that up to 95% of what you're thinking today, you thought yesterday, and you thought the day
Yes,
before, and you thought the day before. So we have to interrupt, going back
yes,
to Joseph and
yes,
neuroencoding, have to interrupt that pattern that you're on
yes,
now. But then you need to fill it. Always fill a void in hypnosis. So I
yes,
take something away, not that I can take everything away. You just dull it down. You can't
yes.
take memories out, but you can make
No,
them just not feel like anything.
right.
Then you have to fill that gap with something good. So that's where affirmations and
Yes,
thinking that
yes,
things are going to be good. And just because something didn't happen yesterday, or it can't happen today, or even happen tomorrow, it doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means it's not possible at this
right now,
precise moment.
right.
And that's like with
Exactly.
your finances, is you look at it and what's my next step? You don't go up your stairs at home from the first step to the 10th in one step. You
No,
go a step at a time. So
exactly.
if you look at going,
Yeah.
okay,
This.
I'm at a
Yeah.
number one at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my number two?
Right.
Where's my number? And then, and having detail around that. So it's
Yes.
not just like, it could be this, it could be that, because you're not going to get there.
You want
This is so
specifics.
powerful, but we've got to program it with good stuff, not
Yeah.
garbage, because we get garbage back out
Yeah.
again, as we said earlier.
Yeah. And like a computer, I mean, really, it's like computer language. You have to give it specific
Hmm.
instructions, or it's going to get the wrong information if you give it the wrong instructions, like, I don't want to I don't want to eat chips or fries all the time. Then
Mm,
that's all it's going to focus on. I want fries. I want chips. That's what your brain's thinking. That's what she said. Oh, so if I see chips, if I see fries, I'm going to have that. And it's
mm,
about programming it correctly. So, like you said, the I am statements are very powerful.
mm,
And
mm.
affirmations, I'm a firm believer in affirmations and incantations and um, all of that, because it's become a part of my morning ritual. And
Mm.
I'm sure you tell your clients, or you give your clients not
Yeah.
homework, but assignments to create
Oh,
their
no,
own.
I give them homework.
Okay.
But we have to remember, this has a really negative bias. When we're on the savannas, it was there to protect us from that
Yes.
saber-toothed tiger. There isn't a saber-toothed tiger anymore, but there's a lot of rubbish going on in the world.
Yeah.
And we can, you know, sort of be in fear of everything.
Yes.
And it food is everywhere. Food that's, more calories in a drink than there is in a meal. That's not good for us. We don't need to look at that
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
But our bias that's negative needs this positive
Yes.
information all the time. So affirmations, I am statements, things like, on my screensaver is always something that's positive. If you're seeing it all the time, then it sinks in.
Right.
And if you're seeing yourself as I'm always a big person, or as I always struggle with weight, you know,
Flip it.
you're gonna. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got
y-
to change it to
Yeah.
believing from here and here
Yes.
that you can change, and you take your little steps. And it
Yes.
might be that actually I love cake, but I'm just going to have it once a week to start with, or twice a week. And then all of a sudden I'm going to eat more fruit, or I'm going to eat more veg. And you just add little steps. And then
Exactly.
it's not so scary up here. And then you start seeing the difference.
Right.
And then that momentum starts. And then you start to feel
Exactly.
good about yourself.
Thank you. Yes, it's so true. Because just the fact that I know when I say I don't want something, I could feel my heart and my energy just shutting down.
Mhm.
And when you say, I want to be healthy, I want to eat more fruits and vegetables. If I say that, I just feel more alive.
Mm.
And I think it's also that awareness that people need to focus on is awareness. How does your body feel when you eat a certain food? How does your body feel when you tell yourself and your mind that you can't have something?
Mm.
Because I know for me, restrictions, when I say I can't have something or I can't do something, I'm very rebellious. All I think about is
Mhm.
I want to do the opposite. I want to rebel. And I think that's kind of human nature too,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
rebel. Yes.
Definitely. And I think in a way, if you set it up as a little bit of a competition against yourself, I
Yeah.
find that much better than actually
Yes.
saying, okay, this month, no alcohol. And then I go out for a meal and it's like, "Oh, that glass of wine looks really good." But if I'm going to say, let's see if I can last a whole month without doing it, and then have the sort of, I don't know, a little
Healthy
bit of a
competition.
feel
Yeah.
good thing about it as
Yeah.
well. It's like you're testing yourself.
Yeah.
I'm good at that. I like a challenge, but I don't like to be told what to do.
Exactly. Exactly. And the word challenge and being told what to do are two different things. And the energies in
Definitely.
those words are different. So, like you
Yeah.
said, it's also how do you speak to yourself is
Mm.
another thing, because that's basically you're hypnotizing yourself with words
Yeah.
that,
Yeah. Are you someone that berates yourself all the
yes,
time and is saying horrible things, or are you someone are you a cheerleader for
yeah,
you and who you want to be?
yeah,
You wouldn't put up with someone else treating you like it, so don't treat yourself like it.
exactly. And, the other piece that you were saying is to celebrate yourself is one piece that I think neuroencoding is very good about is
Mm.
we we always remind people to celebrate even the smallest achievements, because we tend to forget that as human beings and people in society. We're told we're not really supposed to celebrate ourselves that much. And that's not true. We should celebrate ourselves and the achievements we make, because it builds our confidence, it builds on each other. And then you start feeling like you start realizing, look, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this,
Mhm.
right? So little things like that.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's, yes, the achievements are important, but I don't think it's even achievements. It's that you've taken a step to going towards what you wanted to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, you might have failed, but celebrate that you took that
Okay.
step.
Exactly.
Because as we know, the brain goes, "Oh, I like celebrating. What did I just do? Oh,
Yeah.
you took a step and you tried this. Ah, I'm going to do that again because that feels good." And then you're going to do it more. So if you
Exactly.
do it on success all the time, then
Yes.
it's going to be like, well, I feel more of a failure. But if you're doing it because you've you've taken a step out of your
Yes.
comfort zone and you've gone for, I don't know, a week of
Yes.
eating a lot healthier. It might have
Yes.
not gone 100%, but you were better than you were last week. So
Oh,
celebrate that.
definitely. Yes,
Mm.
definitely. So I was going to ask you, what do you think brain to belly means to you? But we basically covered that. So
Well,
we
I mean, I suppose I see it slightly different
different.
than the
Okay.
average person because
Uh-huh.
of the fact that mine is the unconscious
It's
mind
mind.
to
Yes,
belly, as
that's
is
true.
just as important as the conscious mind to belly. So,
It is.
if I'm helping people with, issues with overeating, either
Yes.
chocolate cake or whatever it is, then I'm looking at their unconscious.
Unconscious.
Why are they uh, so addicted to
Addicted to.
cake?
Mm-hmm.
And it usually goes back to maybe when they're a child that either a parent or a
Yes.
grandparent, it was always, "Oh, you're feeling not very good today? Eat cake.
Yes.
Oh, well done,
Have a
you've done
cookie.
amazing. Eat cake."
Yeah.
Everything's eat cake,
Yes.
a
Yes.
feeder.
Yes.
Or the opposite is you are restricted
Addicted.
totally, where,
Yes.
the bars of chocolate on the top shelf, and if you're really lucky, you might get a bite, and you're so desperate and out of control because you want that
Want
chocolate.
that.
When
Right.
you're an adult, it's like, I can do what I want now, so I'm just going to eat chocolate for the rest of my life.
Exactly.
So it's really deep down there of behavior and how
Wow.
you you were, I don't like the word treated, but your environment, what it was
Right.
like when you were a child,
That is so
really
true.
dictates.
Mm-hmm.
So I see a lot of more of what's deep down brain to belly more
Yeah.
than the
What's
outside
the
brain to belly,
outside?
if that makes sense.
No, I think that totally makes sense. So, for our viewers that are watching that want to reach out to Allie, please do reach out to her, because it would make, if you're really, really stuck, getting into that unconscious part can really help you.
Mm,
And, try both ways and see how that's going to work for you, because people are different. Some people it's going to work
yes.
really great, and other people it's not going to work great. And, it it's who you are, what your beliefs are, and what works for you, your background, all of that. So, yeah, I totally believe that there are different tools out there for different people, and you have to find the right combination of tools for you.
Mhm.
Um, so thank you for that.
No
And
problem.
so, Ellie, if you had one piece of advice you'd like to give our viewers, I guess related to brain to belly, what would it be?
Um, I would say really think about what you're saying to yourself and why you take action in the way you do.
Yeah.
So if you are someone that's always like, if you're sad, you're happy, you're eating,
Yeah.
think back why. What was your childhood like?
Yeah.
Can you celebrate in a different way? Just because you've always done something one way doesn't mean you can't do it a different way. A
Yeah.
celebration could be that you'll put some money in a pot and then you'll have a holiday, or it could be that you'll buy yourself a book or have a big bubble bath. You can praise yourself in a different way than actually eating.
Yes.
Um, and it was just whatever you say to yourself, we have a habit of becoming that.
Yes.
So it's like a thermostat. So
Yes.
if you want to be more than you are now, or you want to be slimmer or healthier,
Yes.
use those words. That's what I would say.
Thank you. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here. And I'd love to continue this conversation, but we have to be mindful of everyone's time as well. So thank you. And definitely please come back and we could continue
Oh, I
this
will. Thank you.
conversation. Yes, thank
Thank you very
you.
much.
Okay. Thank you, viewers, and have an amazing day. And think what you're going to tell yourself and interrupt that pattern if it isn't a pattern that you desire. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my videos.